Hi Facebook peeps, happy Sunday. Welcome to our hive inspection. We wanted to get out here today before it started raining so that way we could still do our hive inspection. It was an extremely eventful hive inspection for Mandy. Still no stings, but the bees are super excited about creating a new queen. I think we saw 14 supersedure cells, about 10 swarm cells. So if this live feed cuts off, it's because we're getting a call from the experts who we contacted to find out what to do about that situation. So either way, Mandy's hive's created a new queen. There's nothing we can do about it. That's what's happening. It's capped a couple of days early, which is unusual, but they're getting a new queen. We did not see the old queen. We did not see evidence that the queen is there, so they will need a new queen. We just have to figure out whether they're planning on leaving with, half of our bees are leaving with a new queen, or whether or not they're just producing a new queen for the hive. So we will update you on that scenario. Her hive is closed up. Let's hope that my hive isn't as eventful. You do know that the last couple of weeks we've been seeing queen cells. None of them have been capped. None of them have been remotely finished, just kind of there. We're gonna see what they've been up to, if they've been as busy as Mandy's bees. Hopefully not, maybe not. Oh. We did see a lot of new baby bees in her hive, so not too many bees on that. Our hive is warm, so other bugs like to hang out in our hive. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in here. So my bees did not eat as much as Mandy's bees, which is not typical. Her bees eat better than mine. They did still eat quite a bit of food. We're gonna work on cleaning this out a little bit for them. It's a little scummy and there's some dead bee bodies in there that we need to get out. So we're gonna work on getting that out for them today. Mandy's feeder was empty, like there was no food left in it. It was a little bit crazy how much they have consumed. Not much burr comb in my hive though, so that's good. Okay, so last week we put these on. We had not yet numbered them yet. Numbering them helps us understand what's really happening in the hive. In addition to giving you guys an insight to our hives, we review the videos when we go home, so that way we can keep detailed hive notes. So that way from week to week, if we see something crazy like in Mandy's hive, we can understand what we saw the previous week, how we could have learned from what we saw, whether or not there was something there that would have indicated that this is something we need to be concerned about. And then that way we know that our queen health and our hive health. So we added this brood chamber last time to give our queens our hives a little bit more space to build. Mandy's didn't have anything drawn on it. We don't anticipate that there will be anything drawn on it. We added so that way they would have a little bit more space to continue on. We want to check anyway, just to see if there's anything on these frames. So, and we need to get in the habit because eventually these will be full. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything on those frames. I see nothing on 5. Lots of newbies, so our hive will be growing in population. This frame was combed to the bottom box. There's lots of new bees in the hive, so they're a little bit lighter in color. They're definitely hairier. Sometimes they're a little bit smaller. This one is also attached to the frame, but it has nothing, or attached to the bottom box, has nothing drawn on it. Similar goes for this frame. Oh, I wish I could get these. Oh, the bottom of this bee. This bee was producing wax. You could see it on his butt if he would turn back over. Nope, not that one. Oh, it was so neat.
So bees have 6 cells on the bottom of their...
6 glands.
Well, glands on the bottom of themselves.
Sorry, I had a bug on my...
Yeah. And they, when they're ready to have use the wax to build the frames, they shift those glands, and then they end up looking like they have scales on the bottom made completely of wax, and they process that wax and they build the combs with it. It's actually really, really cool, but you don't see a whole lot of pictures of it. And
yeah, I just caught it.
Them out of order already.
Yeah. That's Tasia fashion, to do things out of order. So there's nothing on the cat box, which we didn't anticipate. Like I said, we put it on there so they would have a little bit more space. Nothing there. They didn't spot the queen on these frames. They did start to
glue them
together, which is what they like to do. We're going to go ahead and set this guy off to the side. Okay. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So again, we're hoping that we don't find as many queen cells as we did in Mandy's hive, but if we do, that's the nature of the beast. You just got to know how to handle it. So,
right, so 7, 1, 6, 8. Is that 2? 9, 5, 10, 4, 3.
Yes. Okay, so I can tell that 3 has nothing on it, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one out, so then that way we can give ourselves a little bit more room to get in the hive, snoop around without damaging the queen. So 3 still has nothing on it. 4 is stuck to 10, but let's see. Four still has nothing on it. So last time we were in the hive, we checkerboarded some of those empty frames, so then that way they would feel like they could build on them. That worked fabulously in Mandy's hive. So one of the frames we interjected to give them a little bit more space was completely full, which is amazing. So 10 is going to be the first frame we have that has anything drawn on it. So they are still working on drawing on one side of 10. Nothing fabulous. On this side of 10, we have pollen, we have capped honey, God, a lot of pollen. We have a couple of cells in here that have brood in them, and I don't know if they're creating a queen cell up here or if that's some burr comb. Either way, it's at the top of the frame, so it would be a safe queen cell. I don't see any eggs. So, and I also don't see my queen. So that's mostly food stores, which is what it was last time. So we have a lot of pollen, a lot of honey, a lot of food stores. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this one over. Next we have 5. So 5, I believe, was one of the ones we interjected last time, and we saw success with that. So they did build on the frames we interjected last time. So they are still building out this side of 5. It has food stores on it for now. My bees always get a little crazy. I feel like they get a little crazy. So this side is completely full of honey. That is either a drone cell or the beginning of a queen cell.
Right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape that guy out. So it's kind of hard to tell whether or not a queen cell is a supersedure cell or a swarm cell. Generally speaking, if it's in the top third of, or the bottom third of the comb, then it's gonna be a swarm cell. But it's a little hard to determine that when the comb isn't completely drawn to the bottom. So if it was drawn to the bottom, that would be in the middle. But because it's not drawn to the bottom, we have to go by where it is drawn to. So that is nearing the bottom third. And last time we were in my hive, we did see a supersedure cell. It was at the bottom. So I don't wanna promote any of that business. Or a swarm cell, I mean, not a supersedure. we want to promote supersedure cells, because that means the hive is preparing for a new queen. On the off chance that their queen could be gone, or that their queen is gone, like in Mandy's hive, her queen is not there. We did not see her. We did not see evidence that she exists, which is why they are building
so many queen
cells. We just don't know what it means. Okay. So this side has pollen, it has capped brood, I see larvae, I see capped honey. It's very heavy, I'm gonna set it down. I'm looking for new eggs on this frame, which I don't see. So there is a queen cell on this side. I am gonna scrape it off because it's in the bottom third of the frame and we don't want them to swarm. But again, I'm seeing capped brood. I see eggs. I do see a couple of eggs. So one of the things that is a little bit concerning regarding my queen is that her brood pattern isn't awesome. So the way she's laying eggs is not super consistent, which is not indicative of a super healthy queen. So if they want to replace her, I'm cool with that. But I am not cool with them swarming, leaving. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get that swarm cell out of there. So then that way they don't do that. But I did see a couple of eggs. So we'll call that a small win. I ideally would like to see a lot more. I didn't see a ton last time we were in the hive. I want to be able to see some more of those. So this is frame 2. Oh God, it's getting hot in the suit. Get out of the way, little babies. Okay, so frame 2, I think was one of the ones we interjected last time. I do see singular eggs in here, which is good. It means she's been here in the last couple of days. I see quite a few singular eggs, which is awesome. That was more than I saw last time. Each cell has an egg in it. I see varying stages of larva. That's all good. I see capped brood. So my population is still increasing. So the singular eggs is something that again will tell me that she's been here within the last 1 to 2 days. So when I said that Mandy and I know for sure certain that her means that there were 0 eggs. There were none. No fresh eggs anywhere to be found. So we know that she's not there. So they do need a new queen. So the eggs in my hive indicate that she is here or has been here in the last couple of days. So that's good to see. Again, a little bit concerned with her brood pattern, but we'll have to see how that flushes out. There's kind of a medium, like there's kind of a specific time frame. If she doesn't have any comb to lay eggs, then she can't have a very distinguished brood pattern. So we have to be looking to see, you know, when she lays eggs in the empty comb, is it consistent? So our hive is getting super sticky because they're building propolis, which is like bee glue. So if you can hear my gloves are really, really getting sticky. Okay, this is frame 8. Okay. Okay, so frame 8 does have singular eggs in here.
Is that your queen?
A few.
Yeah, she's just coming out of a...
Oh, there she is. Yep, she's crawling around. So she's laying eggs in this frame today.
Yeah, we just saw her backing up.
Awesome, perfect. So I want to make sure. I got to keep her over the hive because I don't want her to fall or get damaged. So she's laying eggs in this frame today, which is awesome. I see one drone bee. I see other worker bees. We see capped honey, which is great.
Back on.
What's going on over here? Oh, they're just capping honey. It's just an insane
There
amount.
she is. There's Hattie.
Let's see if we can watch her long enough to stick her butt in a hole.
To recenter her.
Just trying to figure out where she wants to lay her next egg. Oh, they're cleaning her off.
Yep.
They're giving her a bath.
Well,
Sometimes the queen can be pretty particular, so she dictates what she does and when she does it. So if she wants to be fed and they're not feeding her, she'll just be like, hey, I'm not gonna lay any eggs until you feed me. So you can do what you want, but I'm not gonna lay any eggs until you feed me. So we're gonna carefully set this back in here. Definitely don't want to do anything to damage her. That's frame 8, so our queen is on frame 8 today. I feel like she spends quite a bit of time on frame 8.
well, it's normally in the middle of a hive.
Yeah. Whoops. We're gonna keep her in the middle. She has to stay warm. The hive has to stay like a solid, what is it, 98 or 92 degrees for everybody to live, to be happy. Okay, so this frame, we have a lot of honey. We have some pollen. I'm seeing quite a few bees come in today with pollen pants, which is awesome. When it rains, we get a little bit more pollen. When it's super dry for days and days and weeks on end, the pollen source dries up, and then there's nothing on the other side of 6. So one side of 6 has lots of honey stores, capped. They put honey in the other comb. They're working on drying it out. Nothing on the other side of 6. So again, this is one of the frames we interjected. Gotta be super, super careful button it up to 8 because that's where my